Alright, so adding color and value to your digital drawing. Alright, you're going to be mainly using your paint bucket and your color over here. You're going to click. Right now I'm just going to show you how to color in the road. What you're doing when you paint bucket things in is filling in the shapes. And so what happened right there is obviously I didn't create an enclosed shape, and when you do that, this is what's going to happen. So what I suggest to do is first use your shape tool, and this is what we did over here earlier. Pick a bigger stroke so it stands out more. Maybe just a 5 would be good. Alright, and using your line tool, you need to outline. No, I didn't mean to make this white because this is going to be a black road. So what I need to do is switch that. That's what happened there. So outline it first. Make sure it goes all the way to the end. In this case, make sure I zoom out so I can see the end. See, it didn't go to the end. That's the problem. So I'm going to outline the shape first. Make sure it goes off the page. And outline here. Okay. And then we're going to do this line too. So those first lines are really just reference lines. Right here, it's better for these two to cross than it would be for them to be just right there at it, because that's going to get covered up anyway because we're going to paint bucket this black. And then when you do that, that's going to color that in. So it's kind of a pain, I guess, to have to go in and outline everything using the color you want to first. But if you're considering people that did this on paper and pencil having to use colored pencil to color this in, it's still a whole lot quicker method. And you can always try it out first. It may already be in a closed shape without having to. So let's see for the sidewalk. If I click here and pick up kind of a gray and click, you can kind of see where it messed up right there, which means that maybe this didn't enclose right here. So what I'm going to do is swap that, and I'm going to put a line just right here where I want the sidewalk to end, or you can fill it all the way out right here if you want. And then whenever you go to fill in something else, that should be something different over here. Okay, and so for putting in value in your drawing, I'm going to show you some things with that. This is already a value. Gray is a value of black. White would be a value of black. So you've got dark, medium, and light right there. And then we got this darker gray here. So all these are different values of gray. So let's say we wanted to fill these windows in with blue. And keep in mind, you know, depending on how realistic you want these to be, you may want to find you a reference image for your color. I'm going to search city photography and go to images. You can be creative with color. So for example, let's say you like the blues with, it's got a few of the pinks and orange. So it's not like you draw in that city. You're not trying to find something that looks just like yours. You're really just trying to find a reference for color. So this city is mostly black and white photography. Let's see, I'll move myself over. And then the sky is really vibrant. So pick one that has colors that you like, and what that's going to do is keep your picture from looking, it's going to make it look less elementary with blue sky and green grass. Instead, you can see more of what your actual natural colors would be like. Okay, so let's just say we're going to use, since we already have a black road, let's just use this one as our example, like for the sky and stuff. And I could actually show you how to put a sky in the background too, but we'll do that later. So let's see, for the windows in this one, they're actually darker, it looks like. So we're going to do our windows kind of a dark blue here. Alright, so again, make sure you outline them first. But you already have the reference line. It's kind of like if you were doing this on paper and pencil and you go in and outline everything with a pen or something. And then you can paint bucket those in. Well, I must have missed something. So let's go back. Let me zoom in. So you're going to have to just kind of be patient, and you know, you'll get better and better at this as you go along. I'm going to undo all those lines. Alright, so, oops, sorry, I forgot I had the paint bucket on. Shape tool. Alright, so outline what you're wanting. Make sure it comes in a close shape, and then fill it in. Where did I miss? If you're having trouble, what you can do just to reassure is you can get your paintbrush and fill in the corners. That might just mean that I missed something. Just try it one more time. Okay, let's see. I'm going to change my tolerance. If this works. Okay, so I really cannot explain why that did that. Maybe just because these two blues are very similar colors. So your tolerance right here is what the color is tolerating. So maybe the fact that these two colors were very similar, it was reading this gray as the blue. I'm not sure. So if that's happening, you can just take your tolerance way down right there. This one already looks like it's enclosed, so let's just try that out. It is. This one is too, and then this one obviously is not, so we're going to need to outline that. And again, if you took your time when you're doing the outline in the first place, then you don't even have to do this, because just like these examples, they already were enclosed. Alright. And then you could take your time to go in here and clean this up. If you were wanting, see how these have like a white border around them? If you want to do that, you can use your eyedropper tool and pick that color back up, and then you could go back in and outline this if you want. Alright, and so for the value of those colors, let's say you want to pick back up this color and then click. All of these are different values of that same color. So you've got your darks, your mediums, a little bit lighter, up to your lights. So I'm going to pick just a little bit of a lighter value, and I'm going to zoom in over here on my windows, and I'm just going to put some details in there. So I'm going to use my paintbrush, and you can draw all kinds of stuff in here. Some of you, I'm sure, are better at this than I am, at the digital art. And I'm just going to kind of draw in, I don't like that, draw in some lines. And actually, what I think would be better, so just, this is a good thing about this, it's like erasing, that's easy. I'm going to actually use this tool and draw my lines. That way they're actually straight. Do a few over here. And those would be different values of that color. I am going to zoom in and do like a border around those windows, since those other ones already have a border. I think I'm going to pick a darker color to do that with, and maybe make a thicker stroke. And that way we cover up this white. Give the windows some dimension. If you wanted to do like a shadow on one side, so what you're doing right now, you're adding color and value, but you're also kind of cleaning things up. I'm going to do a shadow on one side, and then I'm going to do a highlight on the other. Still, you know, make sure these are straight. You can hold down shift if you would like. And I just think that looks a little weird, that corner, so I'm going to hit undo, and I'm going to go up a little bit before I start that line. And just for the sake of time, I'm not going to do every window. just be consistent on where you end. And that might look a little weird, but if you zoom out, you can see all those details are going to help make it look better. And then I would definitely go in here and use your eyedropper, pick up the color of that building, and use your paintbrush to kind of clean up. And you can make it bigger or smaller to clean up some of this stuff. So keep in mind, I know this is kind of a pain maybe to some people. Some people maybe really enjoy this, but the other alternative is colored pencil, and you don't have the option for paint bucket in colored pencil, so this is still a quicker alternative, especially if you get good at it. Alright, so just make sure you go in and clean some of that stuff up. Alright, so I'm going to zoom out there to see. Now, if this was your building that you were coloring in, this side is your darker side. You need to think of where your light source is, just like people who are using color pencils, what they're going to have to do. So let's say the sun is coming up over here. That means the right side of each building is going to be lighter, and the left side is going to be darker. So what I would do is use your eyedropper, pick up that color, click on that color, and get something that's just a little bit lighter, and then use that to fill in the right side over here. So let me get my outline tool, outline all of this that you want to be that color. And you can kind of see in this that it's probably going to be better to go ahead and color stuff in as you go, and then add details. Because see, if I would have waited on that fence, I would not have to be doing this right now. And then you could use your brush to go in there, zoom in, and clean up some of these lines. Alright, so this is how you're going to add color and value to your city. For the background, let's say you actually want it to have a sky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a layer, and I'm going to pick an image, but I have not saved an image yet, so let me hit cancel. Well, let's see. If we go to add a layer, image, find you a picture of a sky. Let's see what this does. If I add that picture of that in there. And what you're going to have to do is pull it down like this, and it puts it in the background. So that came in a little weird, but let's see if I click on this and hit edit, free transform. Let's see what it does. So I can move it down right there. Let's make it smaller. So if you pull it down to where you can actually see the corner, you can make this image smaller. Move it up. Alright, so we're actually going to have Pilot Mountain in the background of our city right here. I'm going to move this over. Okay, and hit enter. Alright, and then so what's going to happen now, if you try to work over here, it's going to be working on this layer, so you need to make sure you click back onto your drawing layer before you do that. You can do that same thing down here for the ground, or you can just fill that in. Let's see if I get my paint bucket and fill this in the same color as a sidewalk. Maybe a little bit lighter. And you should be able to still just fill that in. And then as you work to fill all this other stuff in, you'll have your sky, kind of that realistic sky, and you could go in and find something more like this if you wanted to. You can find whatever image you want to add in there for that. Alright, so I know it looks a little weird, but you would keep adding details. The more details you add, the better. But just make sure you have those values, that dark, medium, and light. And here's a color example where you have the dark, medium, and light of each color that you use.